Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today is a slightly different video for the fact that it's a competition video, it's a competition vlog, but I didn't film any vlogging at the event. And there's a reason behind this, and it's because recently I love eventing, but my nerves or my anxiety really get the better of me in the fact that I feel really ill when I compete, and I get so uncomfortable that it just doesn't make it fun. And sometimes Jerry's quite stressy and it just doesn't make the whole experience very pleasant. So I wanted to try and get out of eventing this day and just not be stressed, enjoy it, and just really just have fun. That's what I wanted to do. So I'm kind of filming this in retrospective, so you're gonna have to bear with me. I'm gonna have a bit of voiceovers, and yeah. So without further ado, I will delve into our dressage. So I thought I'd do a little voiceover with all the marks I got for each element of the dressage test. So our centre line, we got 6.5. Unfortunately, we drifted a little bit. And as you can see, my reins are already a bit too long and baggy, but this is something we're working on. Anyway, so then it's track left and working trot, and then do a 15-metre circle left at E. So for this we got a 7, which I think is quite generous. Oh, actually no, he did quite nicely. So yeah, we got a 7 for the circle at E. Next we're doing a half 20-metre circle at A to X, and then another half 20-metre circle right to C, which we got a 7 for. We did just go slightly shy of X to the left, but we seem to get away with it. Yeah, and then he gets a bit distracted by the photographers that suddenly appeared at the top corner, but we managed to get him back, a bit more bend. Reins forever still long. Next we have working trot 15-metre circle right. We got 6 for this, as had a bit of lack of connection. As you can see, he's not quite with me, and also we had a really weird shaped circle, which is fair enough. This is a nice little bit there. My left hand really compensates for being weaker, so I'm trying to work on this, but as you can see, it's a bit fidgety. For our walk we got 6.5. She just said it was just a bit tense, which is accurate. He doesn't like staying supple in walk unless it's on his terms. So yeah, free walk on long rein we got 6.5, as he could be a little bit more connected and stretch, which I'm happy with. It wasn't an awful score.
They are travelling well, having cleared the ditch on the rail, heading towards...
So for working canter left, we got a 7. I think that was quite generous, because as you can see, he did not want anything to do with this. I was really trying to keep my short reins, like I've been practicing at home, so yeah, I'm not quite sure how he got a 7, because I felt like he was a giraffe for the majority of this canter circle. So I think that was very generous from the judge, but he is, you know, a lot more connected in the rein, because I do have shorter reins and I am holding my contact. And I guess he's working slightly more from behind in that respect. Then we had to change the rein over X, over the diagonal, trotting after X. He did that really well. He luckily stays quite balanced doing that these days.
Into the starting gate, and now be jumping off quite shortly.
Somehow my reins have already got long again, shock, and as you can see I'm twisting here. All massive work in progress. Yeah, and he tried to go out the arena there and started drifting, but we got a 7 for this canter. Oh no, we didn't. We got a 6.5 and said could be more straighter and more relaxed, which is accurate, but we got a 7 for the circle, so it was just down that straight line where I was a bit twisted. So for the change the rein, we got 6.5. They just said he could be a little bit softer into the contact. So as you can see, he's a bit fighty. He's just getting towards that photographer. Hates him. And then as we come down the long side, we have to do a 10-metre half circle at E, which he got 6.5 for, as he just wasn't very supple. As you can see, I kind of lose him a bit and he's not quite with me. And then down the centre line, we just lost our balance and we got a 6 for our halt, as he likes to halt to the left and gets a bit distracted as I get him back there. But yeah, big pats and leave the arena we go. And then for riding marks, we got 7 for our paces, 6.5 for impulsion, 6.5 for submission, and I got 7 for my riding. And the judges' comments were it's quietly ridden but needs to stay more connected, which is the long-term goal. So for that dressage, we got a score of 33, which I was really pleased with. Recently, we've done a bit of dressage and it's been a bit ropey, and though it still wasn't perfect, and obviously will always never be perfect because, you know, always stuff to improve on, but it was a bigger improvement and I felt it. A lot of it is me not having short enough reins, so that was well improved. And yeah, so I then quickly went and sped walk the cross country course, to which Jerry stood like an angel. And if you know Jerry doesn't normally stand, he normally weaves, demands grass and whatever. He stood outside my trailer and didn't move a muscle, and he was really good for my friends who came with me, so he was really good. And then we headed up to the show jumping, and here's the video.
And this is number 318, and that is Rebecca Losha riding Quab Jeremiah.
Do it, good boy!
And that was
As you can see, the show jumping was amazing. We've been practicing on his technique for the past 2 years with one of my instructors, and normally he does his amazing scopy technique in our lessons, but it's really hard to get him to replicate it in the show. But by God, we managed to do it, and he looks phenomenal. The room he's giving some of the fences is incredible. Unfortunately, we did have that unlucky pole where he just kind of spooked and backed off into a fence, got a bit close, and then had the back rail. But when we looked at the photographer photos, he still was picking up his legs so high over the back rail on that oxer. So really pleased with him. As you can see, with my copious amounts of pats, even though it was full fault, it was such a good improvement for him, and I was so pleased. Anyway, so we then got him untacked and popped our cross country stuff on and headed out to the cross country. Before going out, I was in the mind that I might have to retire him because it was quite a hot day. It was already 22 degrees at this point, and he does have asthma and he does have a grass belly at the moment. He's not in his fittest shape just because it's been quite hard to restrict his grazing just with moving on to summer fields. I was kind of expecting him to find it quite hard with his asthma, and also there was some combinations we've had issues with at the past that he's had a refusal on, and there was a big chicaner, and from previous horses being scared of them, I have a fear of chicanas, so I wasn't expecting that one to go perfectly. So I had a lot of doubt, and not doubt, but things to expect to go wrong. So I was just kind of expecting, might get eliminated, might retire, because we got eliminated at our last event where he just didn't fancy jumping a fence and said no. So I was kind of, going in not with high expectations. So I'll show you the videos.
I've cleared out at fence 7. And Mega Bastille Napple said the horse has had a thing, he's decided to get over, and indeed has cleared fence 10 and 11. Alexander Moore then on Penhill Titanium has overtaken them and is out at 12 and cleared away there. As we see Rebecca Loisha on 318 riding Quab Jeremiah. 33.3 on the dressage, and just one fence down in the show jumping. They currently sit in 14th place. They head out on this cross-country element, having cleared fences 1 and 2. They're away on to 3. It's all starting to... Your friends and boys still out of the, well, they're somewhere near the stick part, fence 9. Here comes Jeremiah. That's 318 clear at the water jump A, B and C, comes over the Malcolm Barnes fence nicely and is heading down to the last Saracen Horse Feeds sponsored fence. Gets in a little bit tight, but clears up nicely and with a little bit of a turn of foot, turns into home and gets across the finish line there. Safety Loveridge, at least as a prize, out at about fence 6.
So if you couldn't tell by my excessive patting at the end, we went clear, which also happens to be Jerry's first ever clear at 90, which is amazing. Like, he's just come on so far in the 4 years I've had him. Like, it's been slow progress, but he's not a horse that's naturally talented at this sort of thing. He's basically a calf cob, we think, so you know, he's just done so well and I'm so pleased with him. He nailed the combination we had issues at last time, which is a corner round to, like, on a line to another fence, because he normally finds it quite hard jumping 2 fences on a line. It's what we got eliminated at the other weekend, and we had a refusal at last year, but it was in the other direction. So potentially this redirection to corner to hanging log was easier than hanging log to corner, but either way he did it and I was so pleased with him. Jumped the container without any issues, and another hard line with a corner, and I was just so pleased. It was not, it wasn't an easy course. It had some good questions in it and it was a lot of long galloping, so we did have some time penalties, which is expected, and I wasn't out there to pushing him. Like, we weren't there being competitive. We weren't competitive with our score before going into cross country anyway, so I didn't time it. There's no point. I technically actually don't know if you can time it, but anyway, we didn't. But I'm so pleased with him. He did so well, and I actually really enjoyed the day. He was so well behaved. He didn't put a foot wrong, and it was pleasant. But we have come to the conclusion, well, I have come to the conclusion that I'm going to do them if and when. I want to keep them as something that I do for fun and I enjoy, and I don't want to do it competitively. Jerry's not a competition horse. It's not something he's built to do. He has got asthma, and it's not something he loves doing. I do think he enjoys cross country. I do think he enjoys, I think individually it's all fine, but I think the whole day itself is quite a lot for him. So I think we're just going to do it if and when for fun, because obviously he has got bad feet too, so got to try time it in with the ground not being too hard, and the ground is getting quite hard now. So yeah, really pleased with him, and I kind of can't wait for the next thing we do. I'm hoping to get him out and doing a lot of show jumping this month, but with potentially moving house and bits and pieces going on, I don't think we're actually going to get out show jumping as much as possible, but also crack on with our dressage, because I want to get back to my sub 30 scores or above 70% percentages, because I'm thinking I might start doing a bit more dressage competitions, because I can do them by myself. I don't need help for them, whereas I do show jumping for course walks and stuff, because I can't leave him alone by the trailer. Well, I can, but you shouldn't. Anyway, so yeah, really pleased with him. He's so good, and it was massively improved, so exciting. Anyway, but if you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Thank you for sticking around and dealing with my hardly ever posting. But yeah, hopefully next time I do an event I might be able to vlog the whole thing, providing Jerry's behaving. But yeah, I just really wanted to enjoy it in the moment, so I thought vlogging would kind of defeat the object and kind of ruin that. But yeah, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.